Hey everybody, this is Christine and I'm known as Stitching in the Burrow here on YouTube and also on Instagram. Today is September 8th, 2024, and this is going to be part 1 of 5 of a WIP parade that I'm hoping to get everything recorded today for you all. I went through and I created a spreadsheet of my projects. I did that while I had COVID since I couldn't really do too many other things, so I went ahead and I created a spreadsheet. I have about 193 WIPs from what I can tell, and I'm going to try to do these in blocks of about 40. Now, a couple of mine are missing. I'm not sure where they are, so I will have to find those, and at the end or so, hopefully I'll find them and show them to you. It's only one or two here or there. Excuse me. But I'm going to go ahead and get started with the first 40, and these go from my oldest WIPs to my newest. That's how I'm doing it. Most of these first, let's see, the first 12, I started somewhere back in the beginning of 2000 or so when I used to cross stitch. So I've just kind of put January 1st, 2000 because I have no clue what the day was. So these are my oldest WIPs, the first 12. And so let's go ahead and get started and then we'll move through. I'll try to tell you the date that I started them, what stitch count they're on, etc. So the first one that I have, and you can tell how old this is because it's in a bag like this. This is a pattern that my mother-in-law, who has since passed away, she had asked me to do this for her. This is actually, excuse me, a dimensions pattern called Charts and Charms. And this is what it's going to look like when it's done. And this is where I'm at. This was my first taste of using a filament with my thread. So, just so you can see that. And I don't like using the filament, but it does put a really pretty look to it. So I'm hoping to get this one completed. Again, I started it for fortunately she passed away. I mean, it was 2000. So I put everything aside when my kids were younger. So that one is done on, I believe, the typical 14 count Aida that comes with the kits. The next one I know you all have seen in some of my floss tubes, and this is a kit by Sunset Counted Cross Stitch, and it's called Noble Reflections, and it is done on an 18 count piece of ivory Aida, and it looks like this. And again, this was early 2000. I have other pieces that match with it, so when I get those done, I think I have a male one that goes with this one. And I'm sorry if you hear the washing machine. My daughter is doing laundry. So, and this is where I'm at. It took me a while. I had set this one aside because I had messed up somewhere in here, but I was able to correct it and move it. So that's about, I think, at least, well, I want to say 50% done, but then when I take a look at all of this detail down here and all that heavy stitching versus, you know, some blocks up here that don't have it, yeah, not 50% done. So the kits, I don't, the only thing I don't care for about them is I'm always afraid of running out of thread, but I've kind of figured out how to get past that. And the other one is just the blending of two different colors together. I don't particularly care for that. But this next one was also one that my mother-in-law had asked me to do that did not get finished. And this is by Creative Accents, and it's called Good Fortune. And it's going to look like that when it's done. There. This one also has a some kind of, I was trying to figure out what gold kind of thread to use, and it's all falling apart there, so I can't even show you. But that one was very challenging, and I'm sorry if it's wrinkled because yeah, it just is. This is where I'm at. I'm at the part where I need to go ahead and do um, a lot of this stitching here is some type of gold filament or gold thread. And so I'm still trying to figure out which one will. I have some that they sent with the kit, but I mean, this is it. I don't know if you can see that, but you know, it's just, I'm not good at this. Anyway, it's just, yeah. I'll figure it out and be able to finish that one. This next one, I was doing for myself. This is a kit by Jan Lin, and it's called Pray Without Ceasing, and it is done on 14 count Aida. I have quite a bit of this one done. I try to outline as I go because I don't care for outlining. So I've tried to do it a little bit as I go. So this is where I'm at with this one. Trying to make sure y'all can see. This baby on here looks just like one of my my second youngest grandchild. My grandson, Boaz, looks just like that when he was a baby. So, this next one is called Dove of Peace, and this is a dimensions kit. And I'm sorry, glare and for everything. They're old. You can see that. Glare. This is done on a 16 count piece of Dove Gray. And this is not outlined. And this is as far as I got. It's just right there. It's Jesus's face. And I just realized in seeing this that there are two other patterns that I did not actually put on my list. One is almost complete. It needs the back stitching done because I've misplaced the book. And another one that needs some back stitching done on it, which is in the same book that's misplaced. So I guess that makes it 195. So this next one is called, I was in my Precious Moments phase back in 2000. Collected Precious Moments, loved Precious Moments. I still love them. I don't collect them as much. But this is a Precious Moments kit, and it's called Sharing Our Christmas Together. It's supposed to look like this when it's done. You can see that. Sorry. Again, very wrinkled. It's been in here since 2000. I love the wrinkle. This has some back stitching done on it. Looks like it may just need the back stitching, honestly. This is where we are. I just actually found these this morning. I was looking in some of my cross stitch stuff because I was looking for that sign that says good fortune. Couldn't find it, and I found all of those. I think I found 7 cross stitch projects that were not on my original list. So this one I wanted to do. My mother-in-law and I were big into sewing together. That's what we did. And this one is called Sewing with Mama, and it's by Candamar Designs. I had a sewing room and everything, so I was going to hang it up in there, but did not get there. Again, done in 2000. And honestly, if I had to tell you right now which direction this went, I want to say it goes like this, but there's so little done. You really can't tell. It's just the middle. It's somewhere right here. the glasses are and stuff. So very little done on that. That's a 14 count Ada that it's done on. This next one, when my oldest sister, when I went to go visit her, she had a welcome, and I thought it was like the coolest thing in the world. I loved it, so I was going to start my own welcome when you come in my house. So this was one of the pieces. It's by Dimensions, and it's called Pansy Welcome. It's actually a needle point, so it would look like this, and it's done on like some type of mesh fabric that came with the kit, and it's stamped. So, and right up here, if you disregard the needle, that's the only place I've got done. It's right here in the corner, this little piece. So. The next one is a musical cross-stitch kit that I was doing. I chose it because it had, obviously it had the Bible, it had the cross, and so, yeah, it's by New Berlin Company. The pattern's on the other side of it. Very tiny. I have the majority of it done. And then it comes with a piece that goes inside. I'm not going to even try to press that because if it starts singing, I don't want to deal with that if I can't make it stop. So this is where I'm at on that. Quite a bit of it done. Just have to do the, looks like maybe the outlining and the other side. Yeah, no, this is all outlining. So I think it's just, yeah, outlining that has to be done. And maybe a little bit of this. No, just outlining. That's all that's left. And that one would be done. So I'd probably maybe just make an ornament out of it and do the whole musical piece. This one, my mother-in-law wrote on it. It was at Christmas time, and she wrote it and said, "Christine, do this for me." And so I can't take it out of the wrapper. So hopefully it's not too shiny, but it's gonna look like that. She wanted it for her sewing room. It's by Busilla, and this is done on a 14 count, just regular, I guess, ivory Ada, and I've got quite a bit of this done as well. I obviously just have needles stacked everywhere. Probably get that one finished relatively easy. I hope this goes in here. If not, I don't know where that went. Probably the other kit, but I think that was that cloth. And that's still the 2000s. And I think this is one of my final pieces. 2000, yes. And this is another Precious Moments, and it's called Praise the Lord Anyway or Anyhow. So let me get this out of the plastic. So it's going to look like this. And this was back in the day when I had them numbered. And like this particular one says it's number 3. I think I had like 9 things started, and that was like a big deal to me. I couldn't even imagine back then having 195 or whatever it is I have going on here. So this is where this one's at. A lot of back stitching that needs to be done, plus I need to finish the little boy. Yeah, I think the little boy's it. Just finish him and the back stitching, and that one will be done as well. Got quite a few here that we can get some easy wins on to finish and get them off of my list, and that would be wonderful since they've sat around for 20 years. But who's counting, right? Okay, so those are all the ones for the years 2000 from what I know. Then we move along and we have, this was one of my very first pieces when I came back to cross stitch, and it's called Spirit of the Pack, and it is by Heaven and Earth Design. I happened to come across Heaven and Earth Design when I started, and it's artwork by Donna Gelsinger, but I fell down the Heaven and Earth rabbit hole, and that took off, and then I branched out and found all the other designers from there. But this is called Spirit of the Pack. And it's done on 14 count Aida because that's what I had. I had a big bolt of fabric from back in the day when you could buy the Aida in a bolt. And so that's what I had, and I didn't know about other counts. I didn't know any of that stuff. So this is done on 14 count, and it was started 3/12 of 2018. So March 12th of 2018. And this is where I'm at on it. Love the detail. Very heavy confetti, but the detail is absolutely beautiful. This is such a major undertaking to create these videos. There is so much. My husband has helped me trying to get it all together. Thank goodness for him. The next one was my second one in the Heaven and Earth Design rabbit hole, and that I started May 30th of 2018. So I tried to work, I think, a couple months on one project until I fell into this one. And this one's a fairy wedding, and it's art by John Patience. And I just absolutely love this. I think it's adorable. It seems like it's a fairy tale kind of. Made me think of my granddaughter, my oldest granddaughter, because that's who I had at the time in my life. And this is done on a piece of 14 count, which is going to be really big. If you unfold it, it's going to be ginormous, but yeah, that's what I knew. I've put too much love and time and work into this to do anything else with it. So this is where I'm at. I will not start it over. It will just have to be big. And then, because I am from New York, of course, this one caught my eye on Heaven and Earth Design, artwork by Amy Stewart. And since then, I have purchased numerous patterns by Amy Stewart. I love her colors that are in her patterns. It's just, they're beautiful. But this is called Life is an Open Book New York. A lot of detail in there. And that one was started on, so hard to read this, June 20th of 2018. So June 20th, 2018. This one, I bought the fabric from Country Cupboard. It looks like it's an 18 count fabric. So just your typical white fabric. And this one takes a little bit more getting into the camera. So here is this piece. As we travel across, you can see the level of detail that's there. This is where it ends. This one is an absolutely stitch to stitch on. So started quite a few in 2018 when I came back to cross stitching. Should have known that I was in trouble then. The next one is I will show it to you in the next one. I have to dig it out from a thing over there, but I'll show it in the next one. So we'll skip to the next one. This one is by Tilton Crafts. It was a free project on their website. I don't think it's there anymore, but it's called Thanksgiving, and it's done on 14 count Aida, and I started this on August 15th of 2018. This was me trying to figure out fabric size and stuff. I just absolutely loved the colors in this. So those are all some of my favorite colors. So it just screamed to me to stitch it. So you can tell this is the end of DMC that I had. This DMC fabric that was on the big bolt. But here we are. Look at that. It's amazing detail. Looks gorgeous, doesn't it? Look at those colors. It's another one that I will love to finish. It's been a fun stitch. It's fun stitching on 14 count some days, especially when my eyes are bothering me. So, and then I did not know, again, that there were any other counts of fabric at the time that I purchased this one. This was one of my first ones that I actually had Heaven and Earth Design print off for me. And this is artwork by Sheena Pike, and it's called Crazy Cat Chloe. If I wasn't so many stitches into this one, I probably would start it over because I'm only up here in her bun, and when you see how massive this bun is, because it's done on 14 count fabric, it's like a big old blanket. My daughter doesn't care. I'm doing it for her. I started this one on September 23rd, 2018. This is just her bun right here. So that tells you exactly how massive this is going to be. And this is coming over here into the middle of her head. There's a cat here, I believe, and then the other bun will be over here. But look at the detail in it, though. Just the hair. Just how much you can see it. So that one is going to stay on that fabric. I am not changing it. The next one is by Tilton Crafts, and I started this one on September 27th, 2018, and this one is a retired piece right now. It's called Dark Force, and I have the other one that is a companion piece to it, but I haven't started it. This one, I wanted to do it because of all the, I call them demons. I'm not sure what they are. If you look really, really close, you can see all those demons stuff that are in there. I'm not big into demons. I am not that person, but I thought it was cool. Not sure what stitch count this one is done on. It looks like 18 count. Just your standard regular white fabric, and here I am. This one comes out every now and then when I spin a wheel, or I'm doing some type of challenge, or I put it on my WIP Go and I actually can work my WIP Go pieces. So I enjoy stitching it. It's just, I have a lot of other things. The next one's by Heaven and Earth Design, artwork by Hannah Lynn. I started this one October 12th of 2018. 2018. I started 2018 patterns. And this is called Library Fairy. And had I known that I could just stitch the fairy without all the background, I probably would have done that, honestly. But she's cute, and I'm a book lover. Like a huge book lover. I have a massive library in my house. Yeah. And so she is, we're still working on background, trying to sneak our way down a little bit if we can figure out, somewhere to drop down on some of these pages. I don't quite think I'm at the end of this yet. So again, still working on background. Tried to sneak down a little bit over here to see if I might be able to move into maybe her, but see, I love working on this piece, but right now it's only two colors, like 550 and I think it's 550 and 310 really is what's on here. So that's really the just all I stitch on that. The next one is by Charting Creations, and this was started 8 days later on October 20th of 2018. And this is called, the artwork's by Roy Trower, and it's called Christmas Shop. If any of you have been around here on my Flux Tube for any length of time, you know Christmas is my absolute favorite holiday. I'm all about some Christmas, and this is all busy and colorful and fun. So of course I have to stitch it. This looks like it's on 18 count as well. And this is very confetti heavy, extremely confetti heavy. So when you sit down and you maybe have an hour to work on this, you might get about 25 stitches done. So it takes quite a bit. But as you're working it and then you step back to take a picture, you're like, oh wow, because you can actually see what's come out in it. Then we have a Precious Moments piece that was started November 14th of 2018. And it is going to look like this, and it's called Tell It to Jesus. And it's in one of their books that have multiple projects in it. And I think I have to rip out some of this because somewhere on here, the stitching, I ripped it out already. Yeah, if you look really close here, I don't know if you can see it, the stitching right here just looks weird. It's just all bumpy and stuff, but I don't know what happened there, but here is where I'm at. Got part of the little girl done, was trying to work some on the telephone, I think, in her hand. So that one has a little bit of stuff I need to take out of it and fix it. And not sure what happened. I don't know if it was my own tension that I was stitching. I don't know. We'll fix it. No biggie. The next one was a freebie by Tilton Crafts also. I don't think you can get this one at this time. It's done on 14 count Aida. Started it on November 17th of 2018. It looks like, according to this paper, I started 35 well, not 35 pieces. So going from number 13 to 35, those were all started in 2018. So anyway, this is called September Flower. It's an aster. My birthday's in September. So of course I wanted to stitch it. This is another fun one. Love using all the purples and stuff that are in it. It's a lot of fun to stitch. I don't know if it's just because it's on 14 count that it's fun. I don't know. But it's a lot of fun to stitch, and here I am. So this is as wide as it's going to be, and right there is as big as it's going to be. So it's not very big. It's like 150 by 150. So it's one of my smaller projects that I have. Next step. This next one was also started on the same day, and this is by Precious Moments. It's on 14 count Aida. Started November 17th of 2018 in a book called A Merry Mouse Christmas by Precious Moments. And this is actually the picture of what I'm going to be stitching. And I have decided, it's not part of the pattern, I've decided that in this little muffler, the little white around her jacket and stuff, I've added a shiny filament to it to make it kind of sparkle. You won't be able to see it on here when I'm showing it to you, but yeah, right in here I did start the white with the filament in it. So I don't know if you can see it sparkle, but that's right there. It's her jacket and part of the, I guess the belt with the sleigh bells and stuff that go around their waist. So I think mice are cute. I used to collect little mouse figurines. I do collect the felt mice. So they're little felt mice that you can get online. But yes, I love the little mice. And then I call this tataki. I don't know if I'm saying it correctly. It's artwork by Haruyo Morita. It's by Heaven and Earth Design. I started this on November 24th, 2018. If I've messed that up in any way, I'm sorry. I actually started this one for my husband. This one's a lot of fun to do as well, but I'm still working on the background. But when you see it, you can tell that I have snuck down a little bit, and I started some of the areas with the fire. So I was trying to just go straight across, but snuck down right here, you can tell. And that's starting with the fire. So this definitely is not all the way across. This is just half folded in half. So there's a whole nother half of this to go. I put most of my stitching on this one in the last year when it comes to like challenges that have colors in them, like gray or something like that. I'll pull that one out and work on it. This next one is by Heaven and Earth Design. Artwork by John Wooster Scott. Started this 2 days later than that one, the first one I just showed you, November 29th, 2018. And this is called Winter Long Ago. And I just love this scene. I love old-timey stuff. Just, yeah, absolutely adore this. And this one you can tell too, I snuck down from just doing background and tried to sneak down and start some trees. So background gets boring after a while, so if you can, what I do is I'll come down here, I'll work here, and then I'll come over here and I'll go back and forth just so I can get the background done. You know, it's more exciting once you get down a ways into things and the picture starts coming out. This next one is, this is done on black Ada. I'll have to look it in to tell you the count. This is Little Dragon Purple. Heaven and Earth Design had them. They don't carry Shannon Christine. She is the, that is not Shannon Christine, Sheena Pike. They no longer carry her art, but this is Little Dragon Z. For wind, I call it Little Purple Dragon, but this is the dragon for wind. And I thought that these would be cool on black fabric, and this looks like it's 18 count black fabric, just by the look of it. So this is where it's at. That's the top of its little thing. It's got its horn or something coming out there. This is very, it looks absolutely gorgeous, but it's hard to see. So I really have to be awake and alert to work. The next one is Faces of What I Call Fairy, Heaven and Earth Design, artwork by Jasmine Beckett Griffith. Started this one November 30th of 2018. I don't know if this is the right name of it, but I absolutely fell in love with this. I think this one's adorable. This one doesn't get much love from me. This one looks like it's also done on 18 count, just a regular white Ada. And that's where I'm at with that one. This one gets some love when it's on either spin my wheel, my precision wheel that I have, or I actually have like 8 or 9 wheels because of all these projects. Or it gets done in one of the challenges. This next one, my daughter and son-in-law were living in Savannah at the time, and I went down to see them. And of course, I had to see if there was a cross-stitch store that was local, and it wasn't. This is called, I call it Savannah. I don't think it really has a name, but it's by Waldock Designs. And I thought that this would be a cool way of remembering their time in Savannah. And I love Savannah, Georgia. It's absolutely gorgeous there. This is done on 14 count. And I would say, yes, it goes this way. I should just look at the top. That's all I have done on it right there, that little piece. So in relation to the pattern, that is, I believe, this little piece somewhere in here, right there in the middle. So I will get it done. Again, I think it's a good way to remember their time in Savannah. I have a niece that I absolutely adore that lives in Savannah. She has a bookstore called E-Shaver Books. So if you're in Savannah, go stop by. Ask for Melissa. She'll take care of you. My next one is a Heaven and Earth design. I started it December 6th of 2018. And this is called Mini Snowflake Fairy Tale, art by Melissa Dawn. Fell in love with this one just because the kitten is so cute, and I just love the background. I don't know. It's just, I don't. And so this one also looks like it may be on 18 count. This is all I have done on this one. This one is a lot of, I thought was black, but it's actually 939. You can see where I'm trying to skip down there and try to get to something different. So this one too comes out for challenges and stuff like that, or if it comes up on my wheel. The next one I don't have. I've misplaced that one. I will find it. Okay, the next one is another one by Sheena Pike. This is another one in the Little Dragon series, and this is called Little Dragon Water. Also done this one on what I think is 18 count black, but I call it the Little Blue Dragon. And this one, if you see right here, there is a little bubble and then the eye or whatever. That's where I'm at when you look at this, so it makes some sense. It is, yeah. It goes like this. And this right here is the beginning of the eyelash for the, or the eyeball. Another piece that's challenging to work on when your eyes are tired, because that black is just too much. This next one I'll have to wait till the next series because it's in my closet. It's on a big roll. Okay, I'm going to give you fair warning here. I've skipped over this one before on my videos. I'm not one to put a lot of inappropriate words on anything, so if you don't like an inappropriate word, please skip ahead on this. I'm not going to say the word out loud. This is just a joke amongst our family. So this I started on December 26, 2018, and I got this off of an Etsy store, and it's called Unconventional Cross Stitch. I don't know if it's still available. Here's the name of it. And again, if you don't like bad language, please move forward. But here quickly is what it is. And I'm just gonna, fortunately, this is what I have. That's the part that's done. And so we'll skip past that and keep going. Okay, but that is one of my whips. So, okay. If you skipped ahead, you can jump back in right here. The next one is by Heaven and Earth Design, and I started this one on January 1st of 2019. And this is artwork by Jan Patrick Krasny, and it's called Mini. It's a mini, and it's called Coming to the Room. Coming to Room. I always thought it was coming into the room, but I just love all the animals that are in it. This one, I don't know. It's one of those that I think when I stand back and look at it, it'll be fine. But for some reason, the giraffe right here, just right here, just kind of looks blurry to me. I don't know. I'm sure when you step back and look at it, it'll be fine. I just got to get the rest of it done. That's where I'm at. Wow, we're already 40 minutes in, and this is only number 1. Sure, guys. This next one is called The New Solar System by Artisy Design, artwork by Adrian Chesterman. I started this January 6th of 2019. And this is absolutely gorgeous. I love this pattern. This is one of the most fun patterns to work on. Yeah. It makes my day. If I'm feeling down or something, I will grab this one for sure to work on. I can't wait to get it done, but then it will make me sad when it is done because it is just absolutely gorgeous. And I enjoy working on this one. Look at that detail. Look how pretty that looks. I can't wait to go ahead and get this hung up on the wall. Like I said, it'll be one of those that is... hate to see it finished, but love to see it finished. So. And the next one, we only have 2 more, y'all. Because, again, I'm missing another one in between here. I will find all the ones I'm missing and show them to you. This one's called The Lion of Judah. It's by Heaven and Earth Design. Artwork by Jeff Hain. Started this one on January the 12th. 2019. I love this picture. I think it's absolutely beautiful. And so, we are not very far in this. We have just started to get into some fun stuff over here. That's it. And one more in this particular video before I go load up for the next 40 or so and start the next one. I was going to break this up into multiple days, but I'm working 12 and 13 hour days, so there's no way I'm going to come back to it. I can say I'll do it, but I know me, it's not going to happen. So, and the final one here is called Giraffes in Love, and it's from a company on Etsy called Made For You Stitch. And I started this February the 1st of 2019, and I'm making this for my grown daughter. She absolutely loves giraffes, and I just thought this would be cute for her. I don't know if she'll ever put it up. It's okay if she doesn't. I will finish it because I think they're absolutely adorable. So this is done on a piece of 14 count Aida, and this is the one giraffe. Okay, and that wraps up this first part of my WIP parade. I think there's 4 more pieces to